Oh, happy day, my fellow mini soldier mates. Today we have another chapter in our 40k and Fallout terrain mashup. In this episode, we're building the Overseer's office, including some fancy lights and monitors. If you like what we're doing, throw us a like and subscribe. Check out our channel for the rest of the vids in this series. The Overseer's office is the first room newcomers will see when they enter our subterranean vault. As you can see here, there are 9 major components that went into building the Overseer's office. The outer shell is what gets mounted to the drawer sliders in the mountain. The Arduino that will control the video monitor is mounted on the back of the outer shell and can be accessed through the back of the mountain. Additionally, there is a 5-volt bus bar for powering lights. The inner shell allows wiring to be hidden and is where most of the construction occurs. This will ultimately be installed inside the outer shell. All of the wiring will be directed to the back of the inner shell through the outer shell and connect to the Arduino. A server room was built with UV lighting and some fiber optic lights. This box is wired with the UV lights, server room door lights already installed and gets mounted at the back of the inner shell. There is also an elevator shaft that runs from the gate room to the Overseer's office level and to the first floor of this room. This elevator shaft contains the elevator door lights and wiring. The door lights were built to represent the Fallout door lights. A master light fixture was made of cardstock and then cast, as we will need 30 or 40 of them for the whole project. The second level is now installed and holds the actual Overseer's office. This insert was made with cardstock and railings from GW's Zone Mortalis sets. No Overseer would be caught dead without a big monitor in their office, so we used a 2.5 centimeter 128 by 64 pixel OLED display screen. Here we can see the wiring for it and how it fits into the office's corner. The images on the monitor are driven by the Arduino and were purposefully programmed to look a bit broken. Having never worked with the displays on an Arduino, I was surprised at how simple it was to convert a JPEG image into hex code and then get it into the Arduino sketch. Lastly, the stairs are installed. These were also built from GW's Zone Mortalis sets. Surprisingly, the Overseer's desk took a full week to build, as it has some very odd shapes and lines to it. In the end, it came out pretty good, and a Fallout Miniatures computer terminal is a nice final touch. With all the individual components installed in the inner shell, we can now insert the inner shell into the outer shell. You can see all the wiring at the back wall and how it will find its way to the Arduino. Being able to remove the inner shell will allow us to paint each component to a higher level than we could otherwise. With all the sub-assemblies installed, we can now attach the wiring, and you can see it temporarily connected to the Arduino. This allows us to properly test everything before going to the next step. Using a bench power supply, we can see the first light up of the room. We're looking for shorts and illumination patterns to ensure the lights are in the proper spots. Passing our functional tests, we can now install the drawer back into its drawer sliders in the actual mountain. This is a real pain in the butt, and fortunately only has to be done once in a while. This will now stay installed until painting and final detailing. We have a lot more bits to install. These will include posters, filing cabinets, desks, garbage bins, wall piping, etc. Most of these items were purchased from Modiphius, the licensed maker of Fallout 28mm miniatures, and will really add to the Fallout shelter vibe. The main color theme will be a pastel blue and yellow scheme, weathered heavily, of course. Here we are attaching the room's power to the main power bus of the vault. At this point, it is now running on mountain power. Eventually, we'll have to do a power study to see how many batteries we'll need. Building drawers that have a ton of wiring, we always have to test the action of the drawers and ensure the wiring does not catch or bind on anything when you slide the drawers in and out. And now we can see the Overseer's office fully installed and lit up. It can now be considered construction complete. While a smidge fuzzy on camera, you can see the stuttering images cycling through the monitor in the back corner. Additionally, the computer terminal on the desk gets nicely illuminated by the overhead UV light. Stay tuned for our next room, which will be the agricultural field. Let us know in the comments if you have any suggestions for what to add next.
The Emperor wishes you a lovely day.